this song. We got Tiffany's song. It's a song she feeling. I like this cover though. It's got the birds with the bees. It's a Sample the Great. How you know about her?
It just popped up on my Spotify.
Okay.
It's been like the song of the week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you song pop up, you like, okay, this my jam for about a week or two.
It's called Healer.
Yes.
I need a healer right now.
All right, come on, preach.
You know what? Actually, I think I typed in healer, and that popped up, or healing, and it popped up.
Oh, because Spotify got those playlists, right? Like, got like the. I think when they first started doing that, you know, like getting into the mood, late night, date night, like they had all the playlists like for the right, you know, occasions on Spotify. So that's pretty cool.
Before they started doing that, I remember being like when I first started doing music, I used to always like be like, I hate how there's music genres. Like, what if they started categorizing music by your feel or like when you listen to music? And this is like before they was doing that.
Yeah.
And then like I remember, I don't know who did it first. I don't know if it was SoundCloud or maybe Apple Music or like somebody, but they just started making playlists and stuff like that. And then instead of genres, they would label them like, you know, like
like
chill or like, you know what I'm saying? Just like stuff like that. And
I
it's
feel
like,
like it was Spotify for sure.
that makes so
because
much more
Right, I feel
sense.
like-
Apple Music didn't have it for a while, but I remember every time, like getting on Spotify, even in the beginning before using it on my phone, like just using it on the computer, they would be like chill playlist, good vibes playlist, like whatever. And so like you can literally go to Spotify. I don't even pay for Spotify. I don't have the premium, but it's like when I see it, the list and what they put together, I'm like, okay, somebody took their time on this a little bit.
You know the song?
I just be
You can-
making up words because I don't know what she's
Oh, I was
saying.
gonna have you sing something a little bit for me.
Oh, but I can't sing.
Ah.
That's you.
Ooh.
I need some kind of like markers because I'm not gonna be able to hear it on the microphone, but I'm gonna try to sync up the real song with this. So, but maybe I'll give it a second. Let me get on the mic for a second. You know how YouTube be. If I do too much of the music, they gonna flag my video and
That's
all that.
true.
So,
I do know that.
so I gotta be taking it easy.
She's like, you know, like you have like a lot of experience with it.
Right.
They know me up in there at the copyright office.
Right, I like that. It's real chill. It's real
Yeah.
chill. Made me want to be on the beach or something.
Yeah.
On the beach.
I like you said, make you want to pee on the beach. I was like, why is that a
Maybe,
thing?
maybe.
Oh, and I'm over here.
I'm
Yes.
ready. Yes, pee on the beach. It makes you want to do that too.
Well, welcome everybody. We back. The People's
Yeah.
Favorite Podcast. Nah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We on
Yeah,
it.
here. I'm Koala Cool. Koala 2 Buns. Y'all see me over here?
Oh.
Yeah. Bun B who?
I'm done.
Shoot.
My partner in crime, Lakeita Vaughn.
What's up, y'all?
2 tails in the front.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a
Movie
special.
by intent.
We got a special guest in the house.
Yeah.
Tiffany Malone.
Yeah.
How you doing? Let me give it a
Oh,
round of
yeah.
applause. Let me turn it
Yeah.
up. Hey, yeah.
Yes. I need that in my house so I can just congratulate myself when I do something
Absolutely.
good.
Yes. But you know what? Where's my button?
You know what? I
Appreciate
did a
you coming,
good
though.
job. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Hell
I
yeah.
know it feels like I feel like it's just such a chill day that I'm just like, all right, let me get my life together so we could like really vibe. So don't look at me if I'm over here like, so like, how was your day? You know, I'm all chilling, like just chilling with it. But how was your day?
I really got up early and just went straight to work. And then like in the middle of my workday after a meeting, I just felt like I needed to go outside. So I ran, came back to work, and then I came shot over here.
So what do you say you do?
Oh, so I do social media marketing for a living, for like full time for one company, but I do it for multiple companies as well. And then like I do a lot of things, but like content creation, photography. I'm like a holistic influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a podcast. We're on hiatus right now, but yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
I know. I was
Yeah.
like, soul feeling. How's that?
Soul Feeling is great. Like my girls are amazing. We just hung out yesterday, because it was one of my co-hosts' birthday, Kobe. Happy belated birthday!
Happy birthday. Hey, give it an air horn one time. Hey, happy birthday.
But like life like Kobe has a child now. Like, so much has happened this pandemic. Kobe has a child now, got engaged. My other girl is pregnant, Jasmine, and she's married now. Her wedding was just like a couple of weeks ago, and then I just been getting
Congratulations on that too. Hey,
Okay.
one more. Hey,
Okay, so feeling they are playing over there. That's how we can our life together.
a lot of stuff to celebrate.
Black love, it was beautiful. And then I just been getting so much work that I couldn't even focus on soul filling. But we're gonna get back to it because I know y'all want us to be there talking, but sometimes you have to just take a break so you can come back stronger.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big facts. That's how we be taking breaks too. So,
Mm-hmm. And we hadn't took a break in 4 years, so
Dang.
it was like, okay, something has to give. And plus, you want to do things differently if things aren't like working. Though we had like a pretty big audience, like we wanted to make, consistent money income doing it as
Right.
well. So, that's how it is.
Yeah.
that's cool though. So you're like a new generation of money makers. Like, because I feel like everything you said you do, I was like, damn, that shit didn't even exist. Like,
Right?
like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm so grateful because I went to school for broadcast journalism, but
That's cool.
and then realized like very quickly that I just want to be Oprah, right? And I realized really quickly like
Nice. I just want to be Oprah, right?
I was
so
like-
here it is.
how soon can I be Oprah? And then I realized like I hate the news. Like I don't even watch it right
Yeah.
now. It's so
Yeah.
depressing.
Me
so God got me into social media somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I like it here. I like it.
I like it here. It's cool.
Damn,
I
she
like
said, how
social
fast can I be
media.
Oprah?
Right. I said
I feel like
can
that might be the
Oprah.
wrong question to ask, but like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
be
Like,
Oprah. Cool.
I said, okay,
I'm
yes.
gonna run with it. How fast can I be Oprah?
no, but that's that question could be like kind of like bad because like I feel like that's probably the number one question most adults ask themselves when they're about to do anything. It's like, how long is this gonna take me?
Right.
You know.
Mhm.
And they say that's one of the reasons kids learn faster is because they never put in their mind the concept of like how long something's gonna take because it's like an instant like it's something that instantly works against you like thinking about how long something's gonna take.
Yeah.
You know, and kids don't really think about how long shit takes. Like, you know what I mean?
That's gonna
No,
keep
that's
So they
going.
learn
true.
faster.
Yeah.
Because you spend so much time like overthinking before you take an action because you're like, oh, it's gonna take a long time. I have to do this, I have to do
Right.
that. Then it's like 5 years later, and you would have been done
Yeah,
a
if
year
you
ago.
would've
Right, right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Dang.
Big reason for procrastination right there is just knowing how long it's gonna take to do something
mhm.
when we actually don't even know. Most
Okay.
of the time.
we don't know.
Right.
It's like,
We
oh,
just
this
be
was
think-
easy.
We were factoring in our own selves though. We be like, okay, so I know me, and I already know I'm not gonna do this and that. So it's gonna take me this many years because it's gonna take me this amount of time just to convince myself to
Right.
do this. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
what made you like get into that? Like, did you always just like feel that you was gonna be Oprah growing up? You know,
It was actually Tyra. And people laugh when I say
Oh.
that, but I love the Tyra show. But I always want to know, like, I want to know your deepest fears. I want to know, like, why the world is the way it is. Like, I want to know what people are thinking
yeah.
about.
What makes you tick? What makes
Yeah.
you like? Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I just want to go deeper, you know? So, like, when I was when I went to school, I was always doing, like, the deeper stories. And I was doing, like, stories on prostitution, stories on veganism, and things like that. And so while other people were doing, I actually don't remember what they were doing, but
She's
I
like, it
always
don't
wanted to be
matter.
like, I don't know what they
it was
was
pointless.
like, but I always just want to know like deeper things that will actually change somebody's life or just make the world a better place or get a perspective heard, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think that I didn't even know that much about like broadcasting and like even just journalism being the focus, you know. So growing up or going to school, like when I applied to college, I was trying to be like a psychology major because of some of those reasons that you said.
yeah,
Just like getting to know people, like really like not too much into anything else, just wanting to know like why you are the way you are, or you know why is this like that, and then knowing like your past or whatever. But
Yeah.
I guess if I would have known that broadcasting and journalism was like that field, or marketing, I should have went into that instead.
Yeah.
You know,
I wish when we
'Cause
went
it
to
came
college,
later, you know?
we could just have known like everything that you could do, like and what it was like. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like my
Yeah.
struggles. Like, damn, it's like I gotta pick some, but I don't know what any of this shit's really like.
Right. And we were like 18 years old. Like, why y'all
18.
letting me make my life decisions right now? Like, what are you? What
Do
are
you know
doing?
me? Like, do you really know me? You really want me to do this right now? Okay.
Like, how
I
am I supposed
guess.
to know my whole
Yeah.
life?
But I feel like maybe that's part of it too. They think that they know you're not gonna know, so that's why you spend more money there.
Okay,
Mm.
talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew for a fact that the way I was raised, they was like, you better know before you get up in there because, well, I mean, I pay my. And then also, if you're paying your own way, you're like, oh yeah, I'm not finna waste no money.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
You know,
true.
trying to think. So I already knew, like, okay, once I go into this, I ain't no, turning back.
Right.
So I just stuck with it 'cause I was like,
I muddled my way through not knowing anything, not knowing what I wanted to do.
not muddled.
I definitely muddled my way
muddled
through.
my way.
That was it. And then after college, I figured out what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
We're always figuring out what we want to
Oh,
do.
For sure,
You
for
know?
sure. Yeah, yeah.
So
But unfortunately, we got to start, once we turn 18, it's like, nigga, you got to make some money. And you got to get out here and start making some money. You can't spend too much time trying to figure out what you want to
right, yeah.
Everybody like, all right, now you've been figuring it out for a while.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to try to do something.
do.
Yeah.
When I moved to Houston, that's when I was like, oh, now I know what I wanted to do. Like music. This is what I want to do. And there's so much you can do in music. I ain't got to just be a rapper. I could you know what I'm saying? There's
Right.
a bunch of
I could
stuff
be
you could do.
more
Like,
than
Yeah, there's a whole
More
bunch
than
of
a
stuff.
rapper.
mhm.
Dang.
But yeah, that's it's crazy. You know, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, it's weird how much stuff we don't do because like we pass judgment on it before we even like try it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was when I was getting the flowers earlier. It was when I was getting the flowers. And I was like, man, like you should I should like want to do this like all the time. And I do be liking to get flowers and like now, but I'm like, why do I like feel weird doing it?
Oh, like you get flowers to bring into your house?
Yeah. Like I'm
That's
gonna go like do,
sweet.
like make the bouquet and all that. You
Oh,
know what I'm
I
saying?
love
Like,
that.
but it's like a thing. Like when I'm doing it, I feel mad weird. Like I feel like I shouldn't be doing it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like why is this grown man in here buying like putting together an arrangement over here? Like I'm around with old ladies who are all walking around me, like old white ladies who's
Right.
walking around me doing the same thing, and I'm like, what am I doing?
I love that.
Yeah. But then I was like, it made me have the thought. It's like, damn, had I just passed judgment on this before I did it, I wouldn't have did something that I now actually kind of enjoy. You know, and I think a lot of times things be like that. It's like, damn, you want to do it just because it's like corny or it's like that's stupid or like whatever kind of like judgment you make on
Yeah.
it. And then it's like you might try it one time and you be like, oh, I kind of like this.
I like this.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Then you
Cool.
gotta figure out if you're okay with like liking it.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like this.
Is
Like,
this
damn,
cool?
I'm really about to be a floral arranger now because
I
I like
like
making
it.
flowers.
You should.
Samurais used to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's be part of their
Wow.
regimen of being a balanced human being. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and kill a bunch of people. You know, you need something to like balance yourself with, right?
I didn't think about
Like,
that.
you know what I'm saying? So they do flower arrangement as a way.
That's crazy. Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Oh my
She's
god.
over here like, man, it's a good story.
They believe in like balancing yourself all the way around, like from everything from like being a warrior all the way to being like, you know, a good husband, a good family person, you know, a artistic person. Like they believe like they had placed a high value in art. So, you know, they just believe in just like, you know, doing all of those things just to be like a whole person. You know, you can't just be,
Wow.
like I said, just run around killing people and that's just your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Like, you just murdered that man. I know, but look at this bouquet.
But that's probably
Okay.
like probably soldiers go through the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, you know, probably soldiers when they come back, if they have like a good balance of, you know, things that they were doing while they were gone mixed with like, you know, some other things to balance them, you know, that probably helps them out a little bit. I don't know. I don't really speak to many veterans, but, you know, I imagine it takes like a good balance of different things, including what you were doing, you know, to you
Yeah.
know, be able to deal with that.
So how do y'all balance yourself? Or how well balanced do y'all think you guys are?
Good question. Well, what's the first one?
How
said
do you
two.
balance yourself?
Oh man, this is funny. Me and him was actually just talking about this like all week.
For real?
Almost, yeah. Every other
great.
day, I feel. Maybe it wasn't all week, but maybe one long day. But for me, I can't really do like a lot of the same thing. I can't, and I'm not saying like I can't stay focused or consistent with something because that I won't ever give up on something, but I need a good balance of everything. Like I can't just be like I can't be outside a whole lot, but then I can't be inside a whole lot. Like it needs to be like, okay, I was inside enough, let me go outside and like see the world or go out to a park or whatever it be. And then I can be alone and like be in my work, like in my zone, creating whatever it be. But then there's times where I'm like, I just need different energies because I get inspired by being around other people, being around even if it's going to the same event, like there's always gonna be something different that's gonna happen, whether it's a conversation or whether you just network with somebody else different. So like I realize that for me, I have to have a good balance of just whatever, work and play, you know, chill, hype, you know, whatever it be. I need to have a little bit of everything in order for me to like be the best version of myself. Because I notice when I do too much of something, I either get burned out or too sluggish or too trapped in my own mind, or like I slip into like a depressed state, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of like in a state, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So I feel like when I notice those things, to answer your second question, maybe when I notice those things is, I don't know. I guess noticing it helps me think that I guess I'm balanced enough. But then there's sometimes things you just gotta do in life that you don't feel like doing, and that get you kind of off. And like I know for me, I'm not even going to say just women, but I know for me, like if I'm kind of off and I want to get my nails done, but then I can't get my nails done, I'm like, and not saying like the nails is the important thing, but I'm saying like it's something like that retail therapy or that whatever it is, and then when you're in a moment where you're like, damn man, I just need to go do this, and then you can't go do that thing, and then you just fall even deeper into like, oh Lord,
Yeah.
you know. So I've
frustrating.
had those moments a couple times, but other than that, I think as long as I feel free enough to express like what I need in those moments, and as long as I'm able to do them, then I'm pretty well balanced after that. That's about it.
Interesting.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Tell
No,
me more.
you're pretty balanced. You thrive probably with a little more positivity than like as opposed to like negativity. Like I feel like you don't do well with like an equal balance of both. Like you need like definitely a little bit more positivity
Oh, for sure.
and you know
Yeah,
easygoingness in your life. Whereas I deal more on like the probably like slightly on the other spectrum where like I feel like things kind of got to be going wrong a little bit in order for me like to be on top of my game 100%.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
because
yeah.
pressure makes me like, you know, like do my best, I guess. You know, if I'm too comfortable, like I'll get a little bit lazy.
I know what you're saying.
So, you know, pressure definitely helps me. But as far as being balanced, being able to, we talked about, I think I said I got to be able to be creative. I got to be able to get inspired. And then I have to have like things that like humble me in between those two things. Like, and that kind of keeps me like at a level head, I think. You know,
Yeah,
if I get too creative and too inspired, then I start thinking I'm really good. Like, you know what I mean? I just,
bitch?
ain't
We walking
nobody
in,
tell me, ain't nobody
"Hey."
tell me nothing and shit. Like, but you know,
I love that though.
yeah. No, it's good. It's great, but it's like I also thrive off being humble. So like when I hear like new music by artists that I look up to and it's like amazing, I'm like, wow, I still got so much work to do, and this is so amazing that this person is able to do this, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, I get like that. The humbleness inspires me in a way too. But
Oh yeah, that's true. I feel that.
What about you?
Dang. Oh.
She's like, oh shoot, you thought you was gonna interview us? Ah.
But like this your podcast.
Yeah,
but,
she's like, good.
I mean, when I think of balance, like I really need a good balance of like I don't even want to say work. I just work a lot.
Yeah.
And now I'm like really rethinking like is that just like an American like capitalistic thing, or do we really need to work? Anyways, but anyway, so working and then being outside, like in nature, family is
Yeah.
very important. They always like, they say be around people who like is good for like your nervous system. So like when I'm around my mom or just my nephews or my brother, my dad, I just feel like my anxiousness goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like good people. And so like I know when I'm like, oh, I'm not in my right mind, or I don't want to say not in my right mind. Thank God I'm always in my right mind, but like I'm not feeling like myself.
in your left mind.
Yeah. I'm in my left. I go see like my people, or I give my friend a call or something like that. Something that keeps me like grounded. Or go for a walk or something like that.
Yeah.
And then also like that creative thing, like why I said like, oh man, like that's amazing. Like sometimes I feel like since my job is a lot of like writing and stuff, I feel like I'm so creative, but I put so much of my creativity into like my job that like when I want to like create a reel or take photos, my creativity is drained because like I ran out doing something that's like good, but it's not my own. So I'm like, I wonder what that feels like to be able to be like creative, but like for me. So all of that, work, family, fun, how I keep balance. Of course, like God,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know.
Oh, for sure.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So
I thought that was just a
That's a
no-brainer.
given.
Yeah, I was like, you know.
Do you ever look around your home and like take in like that's your creation?
well, like my home,
Yeah.
yes. Like I have so many plants, like, and like
Me
I
over
was
here
just
killing
thinking, like, I
plants.
want to go. Since it was raining today, I was like, oh, let me put my diffuser on, and
Yeah.
that's definitely like. But sometimes I ain't gonna lie, like my house be messy, and I just be like, let me get out of here. So,
Let me get out of here.
like this ain't good for me, or let me just clean up.
That's funny that you say that too. About I think when me and here were talking about it, I realized too that with the whole like family and stuff is because when you are like working or just doing anything that you want to do, and if you don't really need them for that, then it's just kind of like that's what you go for. And so a lot of times I know I crave like that energy or that crave like that. Let me just be around some other people, or like let me just have a long 2-hour conversation about nothing. It could be like just funny shit, and then you just be cracking up. And that's all you needed was like that laugh, or all you needed was that whatever.
Yeah.
And then you
Right.
just even though whatever that you're going through didn't go away, it's just for that moment you get to just be. And then those are the people that don't pressure you. You know, for real, like they still keep you in line. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
keep people around you that keep you in line, but at the same time, it's like I can reach out or just talk to these people or whatever I'm doing just because I just want to be a kid for like a second, or I just
Yeah.
want to like not worry about what is going on. And since I can't go get my nails did, then I'm gonna have to call your ass
Yeah.
and talk to you on the
Right.
phone for a couple hours, and then when you feel better, like even when you get off, even though you know you still gotta handle shit, it just makes you feel like you can do it now.
Yeah.
You know,
That don't work for me.
you know.
Oh, really?
I can't really if something's like if there's like an issue that arises or a problem. I mean, obviously if it's a problem, that means that there hasn't been a solution made, right? So so I'll be feeling like any problem I'll be dealing with, I have to find a solution before I can like move on and do anything. Because even if I even try to set it down and go off and do something else, I'm not like I'm just going off somewhere to think about it somewhere else. Like, and so I'll just be around other people. Like I'm not able like to not think about the solution until like it comes.
Yeah.
And even if I can't enact on a solution yet, like I always think it's important to find a solution, and then once I know that there is a solution, then I can go off and do this. And even if I can't do it right now, like at least I know
Yeah.
this is the solution.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree with that for sure. Because I agree with that for sure. Like, you know.
You know, like sometimes like, if you
Yeah.
ever had like a money problem and you don't know where you're going to get the money to pay this for, the moment you figure out where you're going to get the money from, it doesn't even matter anymore whether you have the money yet or
Right.
not. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because you
But
got to
you
figure it
gotta
out.
get it,
yeah.
So that's
For
how
sure.
I am. I'm just like, no, let me just figure it out before anything, because my mind won't stop until I do.
That's true. I feel like not even like when you're a person that knows how when you take care of your shit, regardless, like even if you can't at that moment or something, I think that step is often, I would say, overlooked. Not because you don't do it, it's because you already think like, well, the only reason why I'm able to even be out here is because I've already like thought of that. But then you have to also like sometimes think in that moment like, all right, I found a solution, but I can't do it right now. So that part kind of sucks too. But then it's like, well, now that I know, at least I can like kind of be like, all right, bet. So
Yeah.
as whenever I'm able to get on that is when I'll be able to, you know.
Yeah. How you deal with unexpected things?
Like what?
I guess let's keep it simple. Like unexpected expense, like something comes up that you gotta like pay for that you didn't necessarily maybe had the money for at right that moment.
Well, I really do prepare like money wise, so I have like an emergency account.
Sure.
So let me think of something unexpected, like for example, like this is like deep, but for some example, like my somebody close to me has been like really sick. That was unexpected this year, like super unexpected, and I think I really just go to like my family with that type of stuff. Like I'm a really big sharer. So like when I said like I go to see them for different things, in the midst of that, I'm asking like I call my brother if I need advice. I call my mom if I need advice. I call my friends if I need advice.
Yeah.
And that helps me work through that solution, or it makes me think about things very differently. And my mom like helped me with this, and I was like, knowing like this person is sick, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm looking up all these things. Like, I want to be able to help. And then she like told me like, remember this scripture, and I don't know like the Bible word for word, but she was basically bringing up this verse that was saying like, it's not by our might, but it's like, it's not by our might, but it's like of the might of like the Lord. So despite us trying to do like scramble and do things, maybe trying to heal somebody, like doing things that are out of our control, we have to realize at the end of the day, like we have to give it up to God. And that was like a good reminder. So what I would say is like when something unexpected is thrown at me, I really go into like my tribe and really lean on them. And of course, I always bring up God, but like of course, like lean on him as well, because I really can't do this life without him and the people he put into my life. And so I use the tools he's given me in life, whether that's like journaling, meditation, or talking to people, or just, you know, to help me get to that solution that y'all were talking about.
We're similar. When you're talking, it sounds like we're really similar on that part, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I just noticed you messing with this, so I didn't know if it was really like off. Your necklace, but now I see it's like it's like super off. And I can't let you continue on.
And I appreciate that.
Until we fix it.
Because I didn't want to touch it and like choke you or something. I
ain't want to get yelled at when you watch the show and be like, they let me just wear my necklace all sideways up my neck the whole time.
It's like right here, and it's on my collarbone.
Man, but that's deep. That's cool though. Yeah, I've never had to deal with like a friend being sick. I'd had to deal with like my grandma getting sick, and I had to deal with like passings of friends and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of like deal with it myself. I don't know. It's probably not good. but I gotta just like, I kind of just like accept like the feeling. Like I remember when my grandma like was sick and passed, like I really just embraced like how sad I was. And I ain't really like, I was like, I'm supposed to be like real sad. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm supposed to be like fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't really like, I was never like, well, what's wrong with me? I need to get better. I just kind of just like accepted it and just, you know, just was sad for however long, you know. Yeah.
It's good to feel though. Like there are moments we just need to do exactly that. It's just feel what we're, because that help. I believe it helps us get through it. Like through it. So
yeah,
I noticed that in order for me to feel anything, I have to be by myself. Because there's times where like, you know, I definitely I guess going back to the balance thing, I definitely don't want to create a habit of, oh, something's wrong, I gotta escape, you know, type thing. You know,
that's
so
true.
Like how he said, like just being, if you're gonna feel something, if you have that person, or if you just need to be by yourself and just feel it or cry it out or whatever. Like I'm definitely, boy, I be crying, boy.
Go ahead, I'm put on the. Go ahead, cry it out. Go ahead, go ahead.
You just gotta let it out, you know.
Honestly,
but that's how I feel, like bubble baths or just anything where you just gotta like relax and just let it out by yourself. Play your favorite song or go somewhere, chill. I don't know.
Right. Put on the songs that make you cry.
Yeah. No, purposely.
Right?
Literally the cry playlist.
Exactly.
I've been doing that.
That's definitely why those songs are like exist and
Oh
are
my
popular and
goodness.
made.
I want to make a project like that. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I want to make a project that people be like, damn, she really was in her feelings on this one. Because I feel like all of my projects, not all of them, but it's either like about what I'm doing in life, or it's about some guy I'm like, or like I always want a fantasy, like something's always going on when it comes to that, or, you know. And I don't think I have a song that's about like, I write songs about those crying moments, but I haven't put them out.
Ooh, put them out, girl.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, like what I gotta do, be in the video crying too, or like, you know, because I don't feel like I have enough traumatizing things to just be crying.
Yeah.
Like some people really be like writing deep music and shit about like, you know, a lot of bad things that have happened, and I'm like, mine is just what getting rejected.
You could do a video where you get like an actress to, you know what I'm saying, like to, and that could be like, she could just play it like that.
Yeah.
And then you just like singing behind her, something behind her the whole time while she living out her life, being
That'd
sad,
be cool.
crying, and you back to behind her crying.
You over there smiling in the background.
Cut. I need more tears.
So,
That's
funny.
I feel you on that, like 100%.
Dang, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? Oh, we was talking about verses for a quick second, but I was only thinking about it because how much I love New York rappers, and it's like they're like my favorite. And I recently started working like on a project with somebody that's from Jersey, and just like there's something about the way they talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a voice that's like very familiar to me because I grew up listening to a lot of East Coast rap. So that voice is very like soothing to me, even though it's like comes off like aggressive to people, like, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I'm like,
The aggression,
I like it.
music to my ears.
What kind of music are you into?
I'm into like neo soul, R&B. Yep, that's about it. Like a little hip hop, but
Yeah.
more like I'm always listening. Like I have to purposely, like when I'm going for a run or something, like switch it to something that's gonna make me go faster. Because if not, I'll be just listening
I'm curious.
to
What makes you go
R&B.
faster?
Oh, so I listen to like Meek Mill, of course, like Dreams and Nightmares, and like Megan the Stallion,
yeah.
like
Some hype
just the
stuff.
regular smuggler stuff that gets you hype. Cardi B, you know, the regular stuff that makes you just run fast, get it over with.
Okay. How much would you say you know about music? Like, what you're into? Like, how much you feel like you know about neo soul and?
I would say, like
R&B.
on a scale from 1 to 10, I would say like 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know I'm like by 2 musicians. You're like, I hate y'all, but I'm sorry.
I for sure thought you was about to be like 9, 9.5. She hit me with the 2. I'm
6.
like,
She didn't even give yourself half, 5 at least.
Maybe like 3. Like I listen to music a lot, but I couldn't tell you. Like I know when something's good. That's what
Okay.
I would say. Like, like for like Soul Film Podcast, we have our live shows. So I'm out there like, and I love live music. Before like the pandemic hit, like I would literally go places like, oh, let me scout and see like if they need to come perform at our live show. So I feel like I got a good ear.
okay.
And that's where I met y'all both, like at like music functions.
Yeah, definitely.
I
So
must not have made the cut.
you did. That's
I
why
walk
we
for
know
the
each
music.
other.
Wah, wah, wah.
You did. I remember
I was like,
you.
damn.
I remember exactly. You was like dancing, like you were dancing. She was at This was, I don't know if you remember, but it was like
The last concert cafe one or the other one?
It was like before, it was like a jam session, and John, he was like playing the piano, but this was not like where
wasn't the
it
concert.
wasn't the.
What we do, Fresh Oranges?
Yeah, it wasn't Fresh Orange. Like it shut down, and y'all started Fresh Oranges, and you went up there and you were like,
the jam.
Yes,
The jam. Yeah.
and you were like
That was before Fresh
dancing and singing with this other girl. I was like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? And I was like, and then I got your like Instagram or something. I don't remember.
I was waiting out, man. I was like, I wanted to be on that podcast so bad. I saw Dende on there, then y'all had Lenora too, right? There were a couple of people on there, and I was like, man, I'm really trying to get on this podcast.
Yes, soon. We loved Dende. That's like one of the people. Like I was scouting somebody else. I feel like I was scouting.
I was scouting.
I was scouting someone else, and then he came on stage. It was like at Avant Garden. It was years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh! I'm like, let me follow. Like he need to be.
He need to be on here. Oh, look at you playing our song.
I'm trying to get good at playing the music and doing the sound effects and all that while we in the conversation.
Wow! So y'all both on this song?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
You hear my little gospel runs.
I like the video.
Oh,
I should have
yeah.
played the video. I don't know what I'm doing, but
Well, the video you would have had to like skip around because it was
Oh yeah,
towards
yeah.
the end. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's
so
right.
You did good. Right on cue.
Yeah, that's a good one. I worked with him one time. And it was an interesting experience. It was an interesting experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was very. We didn't really like talk. It was like one of the few times I've had like a studio session with somebody where like they didn't like speak really like the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't really do a
real
lot of
quiet.
talking. He was just doing his own thing and twiddling a lot and doing a lot of tapping and all that while he was writing and figuring stuff out. It was
That's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm jealous. Y'all are cool. Like what?
Y'all are cool. What the?
Y'all are cool.
You
Like
know
I
what?
want to be in the
But you
studio.
talking about the crying music? That Dende's that music made me cry. He literally has a song called "I Cried," and I literally play it, and it's like sometimes I cry, and I'm like, yeah.
But
Yeah, good music. I like that he keep it like real simple too. He reminds me of D'Angelo, like as far as like type of music he
Oh,
like like type of
D'Angelo.
like beats he likes to get on. Reminds me
Yeah.
of D'Angelo a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can see that.
Yeah, I like now that like makes sense. Now that I'm like listening to this,
What?
D'Angelo. I was like,
Yeah, I
you're
didn't even
right.
think of that because when I hear his other stuff, I think of like him, but the beats sometimes be sounding like Smino type beats too.
Yeah.
His voice be sounding like Smino to me.
Yeah. So like some songs, and then
Yeah.
like when you said D'Angelo, I'm like, dang, I didn't even think of that, cause
Yeah.
that's when we can like, cause he got that soul like where you could just vibe too. Like,
He might be
got
feeling
both
some of
them.
the new stuff I got cooked up. You know, it's more like
He
on
say he
the.
ready.
Okay.
It's my fault. I'm like, then they told me, he said, I'm ready whenever you're ready for a feature from me, and I'm trying to like find the perfect song. But I think that song that I showed you, that right now beat that I've been working on, I think that song will sound like good with him on it. So I tried to send him a little
Ooh.
thing. Text me back. he texted me back. He just probably didn't see that part.
I'm done.
He didn't see that one.
That's funny.
Shout out to Dende. What's up?
Yeah, shout out to Day, man. That's
Man,
what's
yeah,
up.
his songs, I be up. Feel it. He know. I went to one of the concerts with Solar Spirit, and then they was performing, and he's like, "Don't be coming back all horse talking about Dende, Dende," and I was like, "I'm not." And then I go out there, I was like, "We made it to Dende's set," and I was like, "Dende," and I was like, Lord.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking like, I'm not gonna be doing that. Why would I be doing that? And I was like, Dende. And I was
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
I walked right in on my song too. And I was like, my song.
Oh,
We got
that's
this song called
awesome.
Say Something. Say something, like say something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. Like it really makes you cry too. It's on his project, A Happy Man, because that project, you know, what is that? What do you call that? Like ironic, or what is it when it's like when you're not really happy? That's why it's called Happy Man. What is it? Is it irony?
That would be ironic, yeah. Irony, yeah.
So that's what.
Or a
the
smart
project-
ass, depending on how nice he is.
It's nice on there. It make you cry.
Mm.
So like that project, it's like one of those sad boy projects, but feel good at the same time, like very black.
Yeah,
All right, I'm
that's what's
done. I think I'm done.
And we gotta shout out our people and support our
Yeah.
people. You know,
For real.
You gotta let people know. If you don't know, now you do.
That's really like the people I met out here. That's literally what the majority of my. We say this a lot on here, but it's what the majority of my music consists of on my phone. I'm gonna try to
Oh,
get
that's
better about
beautiful.
DJing it. I just don't be thinking about that.
It's not worth it.
sometimes.
If you're not like, it's not, that's why I don't play a lot of local people that I know's music, like where I be DJing at, is because if it's not receptive ears, like it don't be hitting.
Yeah.
It should be just like a waste of their music, and it's not getting appreciated. I hate watching my people's music not get appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It's like bothers me. So it's like let me say, like, I'll just make sure where I can, like, promote this, like, properly, I do that, you know. But sometimes DJing where you're DJing at ain't the place to be doing that.
Yeah, like that. That's what I be thinking too. And especially when you do like a private gig or when you do anything, they're like, we
yeah,
hired you
that's
to play
true.
this kind of vibe. But I was thinking like because I DJ with Fresh Oranges, I probably should. Like I used to throw a lot of their music in there in the beginning, and then at some point I was like, I also want to play the song when you in there too, so you could just be hype about, oh, she played my. You know, my
Yeah.
song.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and-
no, that's
and if
different.
you
Now,
know-
when somebody's
I'm saying,
there,
I'm saying
yeah.
they don't be there. That's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the people, it's like so many artists that we have their music, and then you just never know when or not they are or not gonna come.
Yeah.
And so then if I don't see you, then I'm not just gonna be like, oh, let me play this joint. And everybody be like, what is this?
I
You
love
know?
that though. I love when people play like new music
Mm-hmm.
that I could just vibe to. I was like, whoa, like it's like takes me into another space. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like let me Shazam it, even though I don't have Shazam, but I'll be like, who is that?
You got Snapchat?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Oh my god,
I
I
was
feel
like,
like I don't have
then-
anything.
No, I was gonna say that Shazam is built in, but then you,
Oh, for
you
real?
really don't have Shazam.
I mean, I have Snapchat. I
was
haven't
like, you
just
got-
been on it for a long
I'm trying to figure out how
time.
the social media girl over here don't have Snapchat.
Man,
Right? I don't have TikTok either.
me
Oh,
either.
me
Yeah.
either. No, me either.
They're trying.
The TikTok.
they're
That's how I'm like an
trying.
old person. The TikTok.
You on
What?
the-
I don't have the TikTok either.
Are you on the Snap? That's how I feel about the you probably made me say it, the TikTok. That's how I feel about I feel like they're gonna eventually like make us get like I feel like it's slowly about to happen where I'm like, man, do I really want another platform? But
Right.
then maybe I could just get on that one and do little shorts or change the reel. Like maybe everybody should have one.
I've been thinking that too because they just blow up so fast right now. There's no real algorithm right now, so I'd say try it. I mean, just use what you have on your reel and upload it to TikTok.
Right.
So
Yeah.
But then I'm sad because like I feel like I wouldn't even want to use my TikTok for music. I would do the same thing I did on Vine and what I do on Snapchat. It's just my
You can
comedy.
do that though.
oh, okay.
Not real comedy, but like, I'm saying like
No, I hear
I
you.
only want to be funny. I only want to talk about rants. Like I only want to talk about stupid shit that happened to me, but in a funny way. Like I don't
Mhm.
want to do music on there because it's like damn, every platform we have is like everything that we do already. So it's like if I'm gonna get on TikTok, maybe I'll get more creative with it. You know, doing like a little.
But I think probably, but I think though you should probably, if you're gonna do that, do another platform for your comedy, because TikTok is supposed to be the most beneficial to music
To
artists, like to
everything,
help like
yeah.
make money off your streams and all that. So I feel like you would be defeating the purpose
I
of
know.
like the TikTok as far as like business wise.
I know. That's why I'm like. That's why I'm saying I don't think I need one right now until I convince myself.
I ain't
Convince
doing
yourself. You are so talented.
Oh no! Thank you. I
Yes,
don't like when
you
this
know
happens.
this.
I was like, oh no. Let's focus on you. I'm like, oh shit. Thank you. That'd be cool though. That's probably my problem though. I'll get on there and be like, all right, it's like just like Vine, and I'll be ready to like do Vine shit, and I'm like, oh. But then I see the people doing like those little quick little songs, like they'll have like the keyboard, and it'll be zoomed in on their fingers only. You know what I'm talking about? And they'll be
yeah.
like the so I feel like maybe we can create little shorts, like maybe that's the only way I probably could think of like TikTok worthy or dance and like do like a
It's crazy. I can't
like,
do it. I
sorry.
get worried about the future when I think about everything going on with this social media. What was that? What were we watching that one day where the dude was like, man, he's like, your generation watches YouTube videos of people watching YouTube videos. And I was
so
like,
crazy.
damn, it is what it is.
Like people playing games, like
Hell
play the
yeah.
game. I'm like, I get it though.
Yeah.
Why
And
you watching this person play?
Right. That's
Like,
crazy.
You walk into your kid's room thinking they playing a video game. No, I'm just watching him play a video game online. What?
Exactly.
That, when I was a kid, that used to be the worst thing to do, is have to watch
Right.
the game. Like, you
Because
wanted to
you
play.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's my turn yet.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's like they flipped it around. I think it's what happened. All the kids that couldn't get the games was like, I know something. We're gonna make them jealous of us.
Right.
No, we have the game. We're not jealous of you.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's funny.
Play the game and then make a video so you could get paid from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally. That's one of my things I used to want to be, was a video game
Oh really?
person. Yeah, because I used to play video games so much, and my dad was like, you know, you could go to, like, there's a job for that, but you just have people that test out video games. I was like,
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And then I was like, but they never told me what field I was supposed to study to become that. So
Yeah.
that's why I never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll tell you, like, that's a job. I'm like, for real? What major?
How I get there?
Like, what is that? And then nobody, like, told me. Like, if I could have went to school for that,
Yeah.
that would have been pretty cool.
Computer programming, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dang, I didn't even think of that. Like, you know, that would have been so cool. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
I just brought all my video games back too. I was like, we got all the video games. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm about to do it.
It's time.
No, I'm good on video games. I can't play video games no more.
I know. Every time I try, I'd be like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this.
I'm bad
Like, I
at
feel
it.
bad for doing it. But I think that it'll help stimulate. Like, it used to help stimulate how fast, like, my brain works. That's why I like playing board games and like game nights, because like even when you're playing Taboo, you have to, like, these things have to come to you, like, so it's sharp. It keeps my brain sharp. You know, when you're playing video games, somebody come out, you gotta shoot them. Like, you can't just be sitting there thinking like, am I gonna?
That's
you
true.
gotta hurry
You know, it's
up.
super deep. It's super video games. Well, games in general is like it's like our mind's favorite thing in the world. Like your brain loves games. Like your brain absolutely, it thrives on games. That's why human beings love games so much, because it challenges everything that your mind does, and your brain just loves like the stimulation of having to move itself, move everything, think about stuff like happening right now, think about stuff happening in the future. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your mind just loves being able to do all that. So it's like it's like something your brain. So video games are like the ultimate form of that, almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're moving your fingers a lot. But it's just like so stimulating to your mind. That's why kids can like just stare at, or anybody
I'm
just
telling
stare at it like, and
No.
just
Right.
like zone out, because like your mind is just like loving
I'm
every
telling
second
you,
of
You are
it.
absolutely right. I'm telling you, every Saturday I used to be sitting. If I wasn't outside riding my bike, jumping on a trampoline, playing other, I guess, outdoor games. And our show was right there with a bowl of cereal. Fucking playing Grand Theft Auto
Right,
or
I did that too.
Cell, you know what I'm saying? Crash Bandicoot, like all these games that you had to keep on going through either the missions or every level, whatever, because it just felt like very accomplished. Like you just feel so, and they make them so harder. The more you go up on the levels, it get harder and harder, and you just like, ooh, and then you die. You come right back
You
to
have
the
to keep doing
checkpoint,
it
and you're like,
again.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get this, and then when you get it, you're like, woo, all right, next round. Like you just keep going. I don't know. It just make you feel good. And then the board games and stuff, or like Taboo and stuff, just make you feel like more like you really are using your brain, like for real. Because like video games, you feel like you're using it because you like. But then after you keep doing the same mission over and over, you probably like find you're using your mind because you're trying different ways until you find the one that works, I guess. But then when you're doing the games, the board games and stuff, you really gotta hurry up right then because you might be getting timed and you might have a team depending on you. Like I don't know, whatever.
That just made
I
me
digress.
think the way you explained that, like, what if we just looked at life as a game? Because like when we are playing video games and stuff like that, like you said, like, oh, we die and we come back to the checkpoint. But like in life, sometimes I feel like as we get older, we're so scared of failing that we don't try or do some stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, let's look at it like a video game. Like let our mind be like, oh, there's a challenge, let me get over it. Oh, and I might have to get over it again, and then this next level, let me get over it. But that's what sparked when you were talking about that.
I realized like what you just said. I think that could be maybe like sometimes we talk about like the way we've been conditioned, like the way we've grown up. We talk about that often on the pod, and I think that that's part of it because you know how your parents are like, I told you this so that way because I made this mistake, that way you won't have to make it or whatever it be. It's because we've almost been like conditioned to already either know the outcome or just be afraid or like don't try this because you already know it's gonna happen. But sometimes you just gotta fucking do some shit or just throw yourself out there, like you said, maybe treat it like a game and just be like, hey, whatever happens, like I'll deal with that sometimes, like when it comes. And there's certain things you're like, all right, no, I'm not gonna do that now,
right?
But on the flip side, like it could be just things where you just live life. And I know my parents sometimes used to be like, you just so nonchalant about this or not. They would call it nonchalant, and I'm like, no, it's because I'm just not. It's almost like I really do believe God got me, and I don't feel like that means I'm just supposed to be out here just doing dumb shit. Right. I just feel that if I'm curious or if I decide to do something, I know that I've been through like way worse shit, and if I got out of that, I know I could get out of like whatever little curiosity that I have,
Yeah, and curiosity is like so good. We were talking about that in like our meeting today. We were just talking about my CEO is really, really cool. She's like, she gave the scenario about her and her.
Did you say you're CEO or CO?
The CEO.
Okay, that's a big difference. You know the CO
What's
is,
the
right?
CO?
Yeah, your correctional officer, like your parole
Oh,
officer.
that's so funny.
I was making sure you said
I'm
CEO.
glad you
gotta
stopped
clear it
me,
up,
like,
y'all.
I've never had one. I've never had one, but I know what it's called.
How I know? I don't know how I know this.
It's like that triggered something in me. That's funny. But she was just giving this example.
That triggered something in me. That triggers.
She was just basically telling us how her and her husband were in like counseling, and what the therapist was saying was like, when you come up to like a tough obstacle, this is either a choice, it's a determination between you strengthening your relationship and you weakening your relationship. And so they were saying, she was saying you have to turn towards each other. And when she was putting in like a business aspect, like we as a team need to turn to each other because our sales are low right now. And so like this is time to turn to each other. But one of the things she said was a way to turn to each other is to be curious and to like think outside the box. And I think like a lot of people, we're afraid to be curious, and like that's one of the things that we need to do, like to be childlike, is be curious and think outside the box so you can get to strengthen whatever relationship you have, whether that's with your business relationship, relationship with yourself, and things of that nature. So when you said curious, I was like, we were just talking about that today. Like we should definitely be more curious.
For sure. I feel like life is a game for sure. I don't know about anybody else, but Like life is like it's a thing made of self-imposed rules in which you live, and then you go about your life based upon the achievements and the outcomes of everything that you're doing. And that's what a game is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the exact definition of a game, you know. So life should be taken as a game, you know. When you're a kid, you know that without knowing it, and then like it's like your parents' job or whatever, like to convince you that it's not a game, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is not
a game.
It's almost like you came out like Adam and Eve, and then your parents were like, "Here's that apple," and
Right.
then you bit it, and you're like, "Fuck." That's how I felt.
Yeah.
And you gotta just like,
I realize now, life is for real.
the older you get, the more you start putting like stakes on every single thing that you do. Like there's these high, all of a sudden everything is like high stakes, like in your life, and it's like, so people be feeling like, damn, if I fuck up this thing right here, like my life's over, like, and this is ruined. It's like, man, it's not that deep.
It's
like,
not even deep.
It's really not that deep. You'll be fine. Just like, it's like, you know what I
It
mean?
might
Like,
suck for a while,
or maybe,
Right.
or maybe it won't. You know, but yeah.
Or maybe
Or
nobody's
maybe it
even
won't.
thinking of it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I have to remind myself of that every single day. Like, I'd be like, oh man, what does that person think of me? What I said this stupid ass thing in the meeting, and then I'm like, they not even thinking about my motherfucking ass.
Right.
But you over there like losing sleep.
I'm over here like, life is way too precious to be like concerned about these little bitty things. Like, people are more concerned with themselves.
But it is more nuanced than that, because it is so precious that you do kind of got to be concerned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Life is
Right.
like, but so you know what I'm saying? It's like it's like a very nuanced topic of like, yeah, it's precious, so like you got to enjoy every moment, but man, you got to take it serious though too,
Yeah.
because it's your life.
That
You
is
know?
very true.
But I definitely will be one of them people that you just described that'll be sitting there like, I said that stupid ass thing
Me too.
in the meeting, and everybody at home just sleep. They don't even go. They not even,
I know.
and my ass will come back the next day like, so yesterday in the meeting, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, and they'll be like, what?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'm
You
the
even
opposite of
say-
that, where I just say whatever and piss people off, and then not even thinking about it. And then all of a sudden there's an issue with somebody, and I'm like, oh, it's because I said that. Oh,
You're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it. Like, my bad. Like, I wasn't trying to.
Damn.
Like, I wasn't
I
trying
have
to
to
do that.
convince myself too with sometimes like with you, because I'll be over there thinking about something. I'm like, I promise on everything. He probably not even thinking about this at all, and I'll be over here like, you know, struggling trying to think about it over and over. And then if I ask the next day, he'll be like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I wasn't worried about that. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Right.
How do you do that? Like, how do you do that? Because I don't care about what people think. It's more like how I make people feel.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because, you know, everybody not going to like me. So I don't be like, oh, I don't like you, Lakeita. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I might ask you why. But then if you don't really know why, I'll just kind of be like, well, guess I'll stay away from this person so they won't try to kill me. Like, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do? But if I said something or did something and I made somebody feel a type of way, and even if they say it's good right then, I'm still going to feel, like, really bad and be like, oh, my God, I can't believe I did that. Or, like, replaying it over and over in my head until I just got to, like, fix it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That sounds like actually like a really good trait to like be thinking about how do you make somebody feel, but maybe not obsessing over it, but like
Right.
you know.
Just over there passing out. Ooh, please. Are you okay? And you're
Yeah.
like, we good. Are you sure?
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a wonderful trait. Like, as far as like, that's a wonderful trait in the act of like, in communicating with somebody like in that moment. But it's not, it's useless when like you're not around that person anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so at that moment, it just becomes like a problem. Maybe like you still thinking about somebody, the way somebody feels when they're not around. Like what? Like
Right.
they're not here no more.
I know.
Now you think everything
I
that
only-
they tweet has something to do with you, but they not even think about you.
Man, no, that shit. Oh my gosh, yeah. If I'm not around the person, it'll only be because I feel like they're not telling me the truth. Whenever I say, "Are you okay?" If I can still feel that you're not, and that's when I can start being like, "They're not okay." And then I'll start thinking about how like they're not okay because I know this person. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, it might like way later, it'll be like, "Yeah, I really wasn't okay." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, okay." I'm not tripping, right? You know, because like when you know the person, you know,
Yeah.
especially like you can tell like the change of behavior or whatever when they're like, I'm good. And you're
Energy
like, you
different.
sure? And they're like, yeah, I'm good. And you're like, you sure? And they're like, nah, we straight.
Why do we
now."
do that? Why do you say you're good when you're not to people?
Just to keep it pushing.
Just to keep it pushing.
Just
Okay.
keep it pushing. I mean, really depends on who's asking me. When my brothers ask me something, like he really asks to really know, so I like spill the beans. But if it's just, I mean, honestly, I really do kind of tell everybody how things are really going
Mhm.
because I just like to get stuff
Be
out.
honest, yeah.
Yeah, but like if somebody made me feel a type of way, I would be honest with them, really.
Yeah.
Maybe not like in a work setting, but like in a personal setting. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Maybe a little later, maybe not, because sometimes I don't know why I like to make people sweat a little bit. Maybe if it's like somebody I'm dating, like he has to kind of figure out what's going on, but but because sometimes you want to, like, why don't you know what you had did? So, but people don't know.
Sounds just like my mother.
Why don't you know what you done
That's what your
did?
parents do.
I don't. This was why I'm asking.
You supposed to know how you made me feel.
That's one thing. That's something that I really do be laughing at because like I have a lot of friends that are girls that be like, "Girl, he's supposed to know." Like just in general, I'm like, but they don't.
They
so
don't
you guys are
know.
gonna have to say something. Because he straight up told me like I don't do well with hints. One time I was trying to whisper to him across the room last year, and somebody was trying to give him some kind of like gift or something. I was like, you don't want it. I was trying to tell him like you don't want it, and he was like, what? And I was like, you don't want it. And I just kept doing it, and he was just like, what? And I was like, I even did this shit, and he was not having it. And after that, he was like, what the fuck were you trying to tell me? And I was like, I was trying to tell you you don't want it because it wasn't good. I got one, And then he was like, oh. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't do well with those. I was like, clearly.
I'm a terrible lip reader, like, which is horrible for a
That's
DJ because
horrible.
there's people lip reading,
Right.
like trying to get you to read their lips the whole night. And it's like, no, I can't do that. I'm not doing that.
I definitely do that often. Like, I'll be like trying to be talking to you like.
I
be
can't
like,
read. I'm
what
terrible
the
at
fuck? And I'm like, and I'll be thinking like, if I slow it down or like,
it.
try, just look with your eye.
I don't even know what to look at, like when I read people's lips. Like what am I supposed to be like
Bro.
looking at, like to like read your
Eyebrows.
lips? Like
Is
you know
it
what
a
I'm saying?
facial
Like,
expression?
I'm looking at your teeth and shit. Like I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at, like to read lips.
In my brain, I'm like, if I just keep going, maybe it'll just like happen. And he's like, no, girl.
All that's running in my mind is me like I don't know what she's saying like, over and over again.
And I'm
just
over here like, all you gotta do is try. I'm just over here trying to like seduce you. Look into my mouth. I don't know what we doing. He's like, I'm not. So I know. Like, if we're communicating, I can't. If I'm not, he said something about why do you ever tell people you're okay? Why do we do that? If I ever do that, it's either gonna be like I'm good right now. I'm just processing because I be processing a lot. Processing it like because sometimes I am good and it's not that big a deal and maybe I'm trying to tell myself that too.
Yeah.
And then while you're asking me, I'm also like, damn, I gotta restart over.
Yeah.
Like every time somebody goes, you good? And I'm like, damn, I almost was good. And now I'm trying to start over so I can get good. And then the next time I'm like, you showed? I'm like, fuck, reset. Like it's like a reset every single time somebody asks me because I'm like, am I? And I start second
Right.
guessing myself. But I'm like, if I don't have a answer or anything to say, then if I say I'm not, then it's like, well, then what happens after that?
You talk
I'm
about
not,
it.
Well,
Talk about
what if you don't have, like, what if you just don't know? Sometimes I really just don't be knowing, like, exactly how I feel. Sometimes, like,
Yeah.
something happened and you feel like this, and then you telling yourself, what, girl, that's not that serious. So then I'm telling myself that so I could calm down.
Right.
Like, Lakeita, are you really tripping over this? You know what I'm saying? And then I'll try to calm myself down. And then somebody asks me again, I go right back to how I felt before I was trying to calm myself down.
Yeah.
And now I gotta do it all over again. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, am I okay? And then like some point I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I get better. And it's like, are you okay? Am I okay?
Am I okay?
It just keeps going backwards. Like what?
I've gotten better, like when I'm not okay, like, but I don't want to talk about it. Like I've gotten better at not just saying I'm okay. I'll be like, I'll say something like I'm gonna be okay, like or like
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Like you know what I'm saying? Because like for me, like if something's bothering me, like and it just happened and it just bothered me, like I'm not good at like talking about it like right that
Right.
moment because like my emotions kind of like overpower like my my common sense, I guess.
Mine too.
A little bit, so it's like not even good for me like to even try to talk like in those moments. So it's like I
Yeah.
just need a little bit of time, and then over that time, two things will happen. Either I'll be like, man, you was soft in that moment, that ain't even that big of a deal, like you know what I'm saying, and I'll get
Yeah.
over it, or I'll be like, okay, well I'm thinking a little more clearly now. I can actually talk about this, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But if it's in that moment that it happens, if I start talking, good stuff usually don't happen. Like good stuff don't come out my mouth
Right.
usually.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
try not to do that.
Yeah.
I almost feel like there's like two I'm goods. Like I'm good, and or like I'm good. Like, oh, like you did this, I'm good on you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
you just what you
Yeah.
did made me realize like, oh, I'm good. without you, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Nah,
being in my
we
life in this
straight.
capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm good.
Ooh.
That one hurt too.
Right, that one's like,
You be
ooh.
like, damn. Okay. Well.
Yeah,
So,
it's like it's a joke among men. Like it's kind of like a scary thing when your girls say like something like that, or it's like, or it's okay. Like when they say it's okay, it's like, oh no, it's okay.
Nah.
No,
No.
it's okay.
Somebody said
So
like a couple
true.
years ago, or maybe like it was like 2 years ago. They was like when your girl say, "Bet, be scared, be scared." Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I did that. I tried it one time, and I swear it definitely worked. I was like, "Bet," and it was like. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even have anything to do. I just said bet. Like I didn't have no master plan in my head. I wasn't over here like, oh bet, I got your way. Like I literally was just like bet, and I was like, let's just see. And they was like,
Yeah, I
was
think
like,
that should. I
shit,
feel like
what
it should
do
be
I
a.
do?
I feel like it should be a course in school, like learning like how the other sex like communicates. Like I feel like that's something you gotta like really
Yeah.
be trying to figure out in life, like because it'd be so different.
It does.
I think that's why it's good that girls and guys have a lot of friends of the opposite sex, because I can say that's what helped me a lot. It's like I have a lot of guy friends, but they all like brothers to me, you
Yeah.
know, and it's on some like
So they can say them things to you that your boyfriend can't really say to you.
they could say like no, they could be real with me about girls when they talk about them.
Exactly what I
Yeah.
just exactly
I
what I
guess
just
so,
said.
yeah.
In
Oh,
a different in
why-
a different way.
Why I only understood how she said it. I was like,
Exactly. Yeah.
like, oh, you said that?
Like point message. I get it.
Like,
He's
oh,
like,
you
they
just said
only
that?
what? Were you saying something? Some of that.
The guys know what I was talking about. They're like, yep.
No, I know what you mean though, because even like guys that have a lot of friends that are girls, they understand too. Like I feel like they understand like how to talk to us. So when they get in a relationship, it's kind of like you see like
We learn what
your
we
friends.
we learn what we can't say. Like we learn what not to say.
Yeah, yeah, and
'Cause
your
that'd be a
friends
lot
are
of
gonna be the
dudes
most
be-
pettiest too. Because when they talking to you, they're gonna be talking to you. They're gonna give you the petty version of the story. So then you like, that's what y'all be doing out there. Like when a man be like, well, you know, I want really, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like you know,
Yeah.
I'll be talking to my guy friends like, you cannot say that.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps you
Right.
like. So when you get in a relationship, like if you already have like those guy friends, and you have a guy that has a lot of friends that are girls, if they cool like that, that's actually to me that's actually really good. I was talking to
Wow.
one of my friends, girls, last week, and she said the same thing. She was like, I think it'll be bad, like if you had a guy who just doesn't like get along with women or doesn't have that many girl friends, because then like they don't know how to talk to women, or like they might not know how to like understand it in its rawest form, you know, without it being buttered up as a girlfriend. You know,
Sure.
like you need those women in your life to just be like your friend, so you can understand like, okay, I don't want to be that nigga, or like when they keep going through all their exes and shit, and you hear about it, shit, you're like, okay,
Right?
I don't want to do that. Okay.
Oh, you
know
don't
what
like
I'm saying?
that? Oh.
Men don't like that. Cool. What do y'all like? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's
It's a
what
short
shapes-
list.
It's weird, you know. It's short, and then there's some things that I think men like to be thrown off by. Sometimes, and I'm saying thrown off like they, you know, when you have the typical woman that they think like, oh, somebody pretty, somebody smart, funny, you know, whatever it be, and then
That's not the typical woman, but
you
okay.
throw- what?
That you described a lot of
Smart,
great.
pretty, funny?
Yeah, those are great characteristics that not a whole lot of women have.
Oh my
like,
God. I know so many
I'm saying the
women.
ones they want, the ones they want.
Oh, the
Like,
ones
when
they
you, when you
want.
ask
Oh,
a
okay.
guy, and they're like,
Oh,
what
I
do
see
you
what
want?
you're
They're
saying.
like,
I see what you're saying.
smart,
I see what you're
pretty,
saying. I see
funny,
what you're
and you're
saying.
like, oh.
I see what
But then
you're
there's
saying.
like that one guy who's like, I like a chick who likes sports, and you're like, or like I like a chick who like works on shit, and so then I would kind of learn that from my mom, and learn from people, and I'm like, guys don't want just some girl who's like, oh my god, I'm cute. So I was like, I'm gonna play video games. Not because of dudes, but I'm saying
Right.
like things like that. Like guys like, you play video games?
Oh yeah,
Like,
you gotta
or
have a quirk. You
or
gotta have like
yeah, a
something.
quirk,
You gotta have
that's it.
something like unique about you.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, man. Yeah, of course.
that they wouldn't expect, I guess, women to do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I think the same thing about men. Like
Yeah.
random flowers, I would have never thought that. That's actually really good.
That's
That
not
is
really my
cool.
quirk or anything, but
But it's cool though. Like you
It
know,
is
somebody walking
cool.
around like, oh my gosh, she likes a range of flowers. Like, oh, like a girl. I feel like another girl be like how you were like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. Like girls will be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, what? I'm like, they be looking good. You know, like you know.
I would just assume though that you would be picking it out for a woman though. So like if I saw a man at like Trader Joe's, y'all should go to Trader Joe's. It's like way cheaper. But
Okay.
like Trader Joe's picking out flowers, I would just assume off top like it's for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they are, but like, it's something that I enjoy doing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, like it's for like they're giving it to like a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, you're giving that to a woman.
Oh yeah, those are for her. But you know what I'm saying, I get them, and then once we put them out, you know, so where we gonna put them?
Wait, are y'all in a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Bing.
Y'all could have told me this. I ain't know that.
We didn't even really tell them.
Oh my
I
gosh!
don't-
It's been like slowly coming
It's not
out,
something
but
like,
not-
by the way, hey, we dating. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't really know what to
This
say.
is so
Like, I don't know what to
cute.
say.
Cause
So y'all over here talking like y'all ain't in one.
Well, because we still gotta be a podcast,
Yeah. It's
and
not,
we
it's-
weren't when we started the pod.
Oh, that's cute. So how like
Oh shit! Now it's about
so-
to get real. That's
That's
why we don't tell.
Damn.
So what was the moment when y'all gazed into each other's eyes over a podcast or after?
You don't want to. This story could go so many different ways.
It could. It's a crazy story. It's a
I would
crazy
love to hear
story.
your side because
I would
talk
too.
about mine all like
Oh.
not around you, but my
Me and her have known each other for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Already starting off. Whatever.
But try not to be corny about this. So.
No, I really want to hear your side.
So we were hanging out for a while, and she, you know, she's cool. So of course you're gonna vibe with her. You know what I'm saying? She can vibe with everybody. So you know what I'm saying. So it's just like that, and I have like a list of like requirements that I have like for women, like just a bunch of things that like I've never had in a woman, then a bunch of things that like that I've had in women that I didn't want. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a list of things that can't be happening, and a bunch of things that like I would just like would love to have. So it's just like, as it was matching up, like I was coming across this point in my life where I wasn't ready for a relationship at all. Like I wasn't interested, didn't want it. I told myself that I was going to go a certain amount of time without being one. So I met her in that time. So, you know, we kind of like clicked like immediately, but I just wouldn't allow any closeness to ever happen, you know, because of a promise I had made to myself. So we just stayed friends and kept it at that. And then it just got to a point where some things happened, and then it pretty much got to a point where I couldn't wait anymore. Like I was like I had like it was like got to a point. It just came down to like I might lose her if I waited any longer.
Okay.
So since we had known each other like so long, like, you know what I'm saying, like it was just really easy just like to pull that trigger, and then it was just like, you know, make it happen.
Really, it was like very natural.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like it feels like oh, this is the part where I tell my side.
I want the details though.
I know. That's where I come in. I think I want the details too. I want the juice, but I'm like, maybe he's not trying to sell the juice.
Yeah, no.
Or just how you're thinking, you know. I just always wanted to know what. So I remember I met him. I saw him DJing. The first time I saw him, it was DJing. Because I had never met him at that point in time. He was DJing at the at Open Vibes. I don't know if you've been there on Tuesdays. It's what's called the Vibe Cabin now, but at Hinkin Pilot they do Open Vibes. And so there was a point in time where he was DJing there. And I remember walking in to meet up with my friends, and then I walk in and I hear this dope like music, kind of like the style he was playing before, like what you heard, like that vibe, like that vibey music. And I was like, man, I love this kind of music. Like I don't even know nobody plays this style like anywhere that I go. And so I'm like, man, this dude's good. And they're like, oh, that's Koala. And I was like, yeah, he's really good. At the time I had a man, so I'm very like, you know, when I'm with somebody, I ain't looking at people like, oh, let me go introduce myself. Like I was just kind of like, the dude's dope. And then I ended up becoming single. Praise the Lord. That was crazy. And then like as during the pandemic, he started like recording people more, and they would be coming here. And so one time we had a session with somebody who with Walk had a session and wanted us to be in the choir for his song. So anyway, when we got here, I was just like, that was my first time actually like being in his area, his workspace. I've never been here before. Like it was just my first time for that, but we had seen each other and known each other because of like Fresh Oranges, his vibe more, like, you know. But anyway, that's when I was like, okay, because I was able to look then, you know what I'm saying, because I was single. So I was able to look at you, you know what I'm saying. I was like, okay, so now I'm paying attention. I'm looking now. And then I like manly men. And He's manly.
Yeah. No. I'm
Yeah,
I
manly
guess.
man.
I guess.
Puff balls.
Balls on my head.
But I'm talking about manly. Like I can tell he was the type of man that get shit done. Because I feel like I know there might be moments in life where we go through things where we're like, fuck man, I just don't feel like it. Like I know right now there's been a couple of weeks where I've just been in this funk. Like I just don't. I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired. Like that's how I've been feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like we do this, I know we're gonna pick back up. I know we always on it, but there's times where I'm just tired of being fucking on it sometimes. Like I don't wanna be on it. Everybody, okay, you always on it. I don't wanna be on it.
Right.
I just wanna be fucking lazy and I wanna do nothing. But then they're like, that's not like you. I know. But I know I have a little wiggle room or some shit. But anyway, I could tell he was on it, and then every time he just kept talking and stuff, he just kept saying like little things that made me even more like he would be like, yeah, when I bought this place, and I was like,
Okay, right. You do be taking down those. Oh.
and then he was like, and I was like, and then he was like, yeah, I was like, oh, how long you been, you know? He was like, 4 years. I was like, can keep something going. Then he worked for himself, just like, you know, just like me. And so I'm like, and then I know it's possible, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, I just like the vibe. And then after that, everybody was like, he's like, I'm probably the oldest person up in here. And I was like, how old you is? And then at the time, he was like 33, and I was like,
Yes.
ask me some grown man. And that was like my little mini checklist because I didn't know him that well, you know.
Right.
Besides already being attracted to him, you know what I'm saying. I'd already checked that off. I was like, yeah, he fine. What's next? You know what I'm saying. And then after getting to know him, I didn't know he was going through that. He had told me he wasn't trying to be with nobody and stuff like that. But
He had told you that?
He had told me that. Yeah,
And y'all already knew that y'all liked each other?
I didn't say anything, but I was acting on it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we never had this conversation. Like we never had the conversation in the beginning. Like all last year, like none of that. But it was just understood. I know from my end. But he had told me, just in general, like we was just talking one day, and then he was just like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to be, you know, in a relationship right now." But he didn't tell me like his goal or his timeline or nothing. So in my brain, I was like, well, as long as I just keep, you know, showing and sticking around and doing whatever, like he'll see, and then maybe like whenever it happens. But I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. And he's really good at. We both like that when we focus on something. Like we're not gonna let our word like falter, I feel, unless we just are not really. He brought something to my attention. He said like if you're really really serious about what you're talking about, you're not gonna let anything get in the way. But if you're kind of iffy on something, then you might end up making like something might sway if you're not like really solid on it. Like if somebody challenges you on your beliefs or whatever it be, if you're solid on it, he pretty much was like,
right.
You know? And so I felt like when I saw that, I actually enjoyed that. Used to make me want him more. Like the more that he would like push back and just like not, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Of course it hurt because I'm like, this man don't understand. He's supposed to be my husband. And I'll tell all my friends like, oh, go to my husband's house. And then I told him after that, I was like, you know, anyways, this is embarrassing, but
we all be
yeah, because everybody know they like, and even when we got together, people were like, wait, you got a man now? And they're like, who is it, Koala? And I'm like, damn.
Wow.
Because everybody knew like how I felt.
Aww.
And so yeah, it's
I
went
love
through that,
it.
you know. But I was here and I didn't give up because I just knew that that I was supposed to be with him. So.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy when you're like, and now, I don't want this to sound braggadocious, so please don't nobody take this as well.
Braggadocious.
When you could do like anything, it's really hard as a man to decide.
What do you mean?
It's one of our like I would say, I don't know, at least for me, I'm not gonna say every man's, but I'm gonna say like when you can do anything, like I'd be feeling like I could do anything. So that's why deciding like something to do after college was like such like a hard decision. It's like man, you can do anything. Like I can do anything.
You could do anything.
And then I'd be feeling like that, like when it comes to like relationships and everything else. I'd just be feeling like I could have whatever I want. I can like, you know what I'm saying? So it'd just be hard for me sometimes just to like make a decision, like just do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go do it. Like, and I remember growing up, my mom would always tell me that. Just decide. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just make a decision. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just make a decision. And I feel like that's like something that like once you decide, like, and that's what she was talking to, like once you commit or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, you don't allow yourself any backing out room, like, you know what I'm saying, because you made your decision, like, you know what I'm saying, when you make a decision for yourself, like, if you don't go with it, it's like you're only lying and hurting yourself.
And I've dated like I don't be wanting to sound bad. I'm just gonna give a disclaimer. My ex was not a bad person, y'all, but the things that I did notice, that I didn't like was that if he would try to pick something, then he wouldn't stick to it. And I feel like I should be able to come in and like almost try to persuade you not, and I want to see how strong you could be. And I feel like with him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whatever it be. Like growing up, I was like saving myself for marriage, and dudes would literally be thinking that they were gonna be the one to break it, and I'd be cracking up because I'd be like, no, and they'd be like, damn, she really not finna, no.
Right.
And so something that I admired about him is when he told me that. I saw it too, because some dudes will easily tell you, "Oh, I ain't trying to talk to nobody," and then you see them like trying to talk to somebody, and you're like, "Mother."
Yeah, that's true.
No, nah, just telling the truth.
You tried it one time. I seen it. He don't know I seen it.
I tried what?
To talk to somebody.
I tried to talk to somebody.
You trying to holler?
I
don't know for
you
what
taught me
reasons.
trying to holler. I mean,
did.
you see me try. Did anything happen?
I don't know.
Then no, I wasn't trying to holler. Don't worry about it.
You was trying to do something.
Hey, I don't be
I
trying to
was
do.
on you.
I don't
With
be
me.
trying to do nothing. I either do it or I don't do it. Tell me.
Whatever. I seen it. But I just noticed that even he wouldn't like even really flirt with people like nothing. So then when I noticed that was something that
What was I doing?
Oh no!
What was I
'Cause
doing?
I know what event, and I'm talking about.
Oh,
and you're gonna laugh because you're gonna be like, "Oh," you're gonna hit me with the "Oh."
I'm curious, but
Oh, I don't know. Okay, one of our friends you had a listening party here at his house, at your house, and you was flirting with one of the girls that was there, and you even got her number.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember what you're
I was
talking
paying
about.
attention. I said, "This nigga got me fucked."
You know what's so stupid
I was
though?
looking
Is I
good,
did
too.
that knowing that I would never ever call her or text her.
Why?
I
I
get,
was like, "Why did it?"
because all right, so it's like it's one of those things. Like, all right, what I really wasn't going to do nothing. Like, so like I made a commitment to myself, but in moments like that, I guess just to like feel like a man. I don't know. I can't really like explain it. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah.
It was just like to feel like that. You know what I mean? Like for that moment, and then but there was no like intentions of like ever like enacting doing anything. So. Which is, I guess, maybe fucked up. I don't know. But I'm being honest.
No, I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, be honest.
I just feel like when when that particular moment happened, you know, I'm used to dudes being like, I ain't trying to talk to nobody, and then 5 seconds later they start talking to somebody.
Right.
And so like when I saw that, I thought like, oh my gosh, like so all he had to do was just say, I don't want to talk to you, Lakeita, you suck. Then I would have moved on, you know.
Yeah.
But then that's what I thought at that moment. I was like, damn, this happens to me like so much, and so that's why I just like let it go. I went through moments of like letting it go. You said you want the tea, just the tea.
I
just the
wanted
girl
all
talk.
the tea.
I let it go. Like I was on and off letting it go because I was like, I felt like I was just holding on for so long, and I was just
How
like,
long?
oh my gosh, so long. Like
Not that long.
pandemic felt long because pandemic felt long because we weren't going nowhere.
Right.
So like everything that we was doing was together. Like everything that we were doing was whether it's going to see your events, like whatever we was doing, we were always together. Wherever it was coming here and I'm supporting somebody else's project that it was with him, or we're going to see him DJ, like whatever. It was just us. Like we was the squad, you know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to like not. And then I was just like, man, I don't know if he likes me back because he wasn't saying anything.
I wouldn't.
Huh?
I said I wouldn't. I wasn't trying to.
But I could feel it. Like
you know what? I really couldn't. Like,
it.
you know, because I explained this to you, right? Like during this whole time, like I really like closed the door of like a side of myself, like an intimate, like the intimate side of yourself. Like there's no like just like ignoring it or suppressing. Like you can really close that door to where like it's like doesn't exist, and then like when it's time to open that door back up, it's like weird. It's like I didn't like really even like being like touched or like anything anymore. Like it was like very weird just to even be close to like a woman like on like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was very strange, and I had to get like used to it again.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You said earlier like you didn't want to lose her. Like, so what like triggered that part of like, oh, I didn't want to, like, what made you say like you didn't want to lose her? What made you thought you possibly could lose her?
Oh, attention to another nigga, of course. Come on now.
Oh, that's all we gotta do. I'm sorry.
Like,
Yes.
oh, you got somebody, you got a prospect.
Yes, that's, yes.
Oh.
I'll tell you that right now. All ladies, if you're ever in that case with somebody you like, that's all you got to do is give another man attention. And the man that you do want, if he really wants you, he gonna get you, or if he's not man enough and he's like too childish, he'll get mad and then like it'll like turn into like a thing, and then or he'll decide that he don't want you. But if he really wants you and he's a grown man, he's gonna go get you. He's not gonna let that happen.
Right.
Period.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's very and for a woman, I could say it was very nerve wracking because there is like two things. There's a lot of people out there like that are, I guess, trying to be men that really still aren't men, I guess you could say. And so sometimes they'll play that same, like to them it could be a game, but to you, because you're a man, like you're literally like, hell nah, I'm going to get, my woman.
Yes.
But to some men that try to, I guess, be a man, they'll play that same game where it's like, I really don't want you, but I just don't want nobody else to have you. So I'm going to like fill you up with all these pipe dreams and say all these things and then make you move how I want you to move. And then when I get you, I didn't really want you. I just didn't want you with that nigga.
Well, yeah.
So I was really nervous because like I've seen like the other side of what I'm talking about, and so, but I know, like, I've got to know you, so I was like, man, he don't really just be talking about his feelings like that or anything. And so I knew that when we had that conversation that it was real. I just didn't know how to feel at that moment because I had already told myself over and over, like, no, I guess he don't like you, Lakeita, so move on. I already had trained myself to like move on. And so then when he says all these things, I was like, what am I supposed to do, Jesus? I prayed, and he told me, and I moved on. I thought you was trying to tell me that he wasn't supposed to be with me, and then I moved on. Now you say he's supposed to be. I need you to tell me something.
Wait, so you had to cut the other guy loose to be with?
I wasn't trying to be with nobody. I wasn't trying to. I guess I was saying I was moving my. Let me say this in the most, because I feel like I haven't even got to talk. We haven't talked about this that much. I feel like I was just moving my energy. I was moving in it based on what he was giving me.
Right.
So the more he pushed back in the beginning, I was there because I was like, he just pushing back. Like, he supposed to be with me. He just pushing back. And then somewhere I was like, he's really pushing back. And I was like, I don't even know how long this is. Like, I don't know if he's just ever gonna like me. And then I just started like moving backwards, and the more I started moving back, I felt it. Like even during the pod, sometimes I would feel him noticing that I was pushing back, but I wasn't moving my attention elsewhere. When I was pushing back, I was just moving back.
Your energy.
Yeah, and then I could tell that you could tell, and maybe I thought I was tripping, but neither one of us, that Leo shit, we ain't come up to either one of us and say it. So I was like, maybe I'm tripping, but I could just feel like I was like, man, I really feel like he's like coming. It's almost like he's drawing to me, but I'm like moving back now, and now I'm confused. I didn't know what to do. So it wasn't even so much like a rebound thing. I was just using my energy. I was giving my energy to people that wanted me around, if that made sense. Because I felt I was getting pushed back so much. I was just shifting my energy, like, well, if you don't want me around, then I won't be around, type thing. So it's not even so much like rebound or like find somebody else. It's just, let me just go where I'm wanted, or let me go around people that, whatever.
That makes sense.
And then once I realized, I was like, damn. And then after that, I was like, man, my heart be beating for this man, for real. So when we was talking, I just felt it was real. Like I just felt it, but I just didn't know what to do because I was so scared, And then I was like, but that's, like, it's inevitable. Like that's how, like I've talked about this man so much, you know what I'm saying? And then like when we had this conversation, I was like, I can't help it. Like that's literally, like my heart's literally doing this shit. And I'm like, damn, Jesus, come on. Not damn, Jesus, sorry. Damn. And then I'm like, comma, Jesus. Or like, da. And then after that, like, I applaud him for, like, really just opening up to me because, honestly, if it wasn't like for that, then I think I probably would have trained myself too far into backing off to where I don't know if I could even came back, if that makes sense. Because I always feel how I feel about you, but I had to tell myself that you didn't want me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that you caught me right then, because after that I was able. It wasn't like that hard of a switch back. I guess I can say, like, it took a little bit of time, but then like he showed me that side that he had like cut off and stuff, and then that's all I like wanted. That's all I wanted, because I loved the side he already had, like, you know what I'm saying? So I already seen that. I already saw your business. I already saw how you are, which already made me like attracted to you. But then when I got to see the other side, I was like, this is the other side I was looking for, and I didn't even know he could be like this, and now I'm in love. You know what I'm saying? So it feels good, and we already do a lot of business together anyway too. So it's like naturally like we had already started forming like I don't know. I'm just talking this shit. My bad. You did interview us, Dan.
I know, right?
You're good.
I love it.
You're good. Are you in a relationship yourself?
I'm not in a
I was gonna get back to
relationship.
you.
I'm not. Well, I don't know. Well, like there's a guy who's like really pursuing me very hard, and I kind of like him. Like at first I didn't like him.
Please don't watch this episode.
At first I didn't like him, but now I'm like, oh wait, like I do like you.
Oh, that's dope.
And so like we're really like, but we're not in like a committed relationship because I'm still like don't know. Like there's some things I'm like a little worried about. So like I'm very indecisive, and like I haven't been in a relationship in very, 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 very long time, and it's because I'm so indecisive, and so I'm just like trying to like, should I go all in or should I not? And then there's like other people trying to court me, or I wouldn't say court me. There's other people who are interested in me, but he's the one who comes like the strongest and the one I feel like we have so much fun together. So I'm like, ooh, I gotta make a decision.
How are y'all when y'all aren't having fun together though?
I mean, he doesn't live here, so we're always having fun together. When he comes by, like we have so like there's not a moment that we're not having fun together. Like the only thing like is stuff like that he might do that I'm like, what are you doing? Like
like a red flag.
Yeah,
almost.
like red flags, and I'm like, okay, this is why I have my hesitations. So I'm kind of like just watching to see like, are you but the things I had hesitations about before, he's like changed dramatically, and so I'm just like watching to see like
to make sure it's like not just a temporary change.
I'm like, don't change for me, change for yourself, and let me see if you actually gonna
Interesting.
stay there.
Women do that for sure.
I don't get it though.
What?
I mean, I get the change for yourself though, but I'll be feeling like any changes I've made like in our relationship, I guess it's for me, but it'd be for you. Like it's not like but it don't be like a problem. I guess like I feel like a man should be wanting to change for a woman, but it shouldn't be a problem. Like it shouldn't be like you know what I'm saying, if you care about her and she needs you to do something, if you wasn't gonna do it, then you should be okay just be like doing it. Now if it's like a personality thing or like you know what I'm saying, something like deeper than men, like of course like you don't change yourself, but like you know if your woman needs you to change how you move and like to do you know what I'm saying, like sometimes you just do that. You know what I mean? Like you just
that's true.
Just kind of just do it. But then you said something else though. You said you're indecisive. I'm curious. I've always felt like when a man like finds the woman he wants, like it's his job like to go get her, like and not kind of like leave her with no choice.
Yeah, that's what he's definitely trying to do. Like
that's kind of like what you like. That's how it was taught to me. Like you know what I'm saying. Like a woman, like of course a woman decides who she's gonna be with, but like if you are doing your best to go get her and like that's the one, like you like your job is like to not leave her no choice, like you know what I'm saying, you sweep her off her feet as they say, you know. You know, you show her that it's like nah, there's no other options out here for you. Like I'm the one, like and that's your job.
That's true. Because I tried, I was like, I don't think it's gonna work, and I was like telling him like I don't feel the same way. Like a couple of months ago, I was like I don't feel the same way as you feel about me, and so I was like trying to like separate myself from him, and then he came back with like, well, you don't he basically said like it's my job to make you like me, and I was like that's different.
Hey, I like this. Hey, let me give it I don't know what your name is, bro, but I'm rooting for you.
But wait,
I was like that's different because I pushed other people away that I end up liking. Like I really liked them, but I pushed them away, but they didn't even fight for me. So I was like this is a little different because I was even talking like maybe a year ago, I was like talking to this guy who like let me go. Well, I let him go, but he let me let him go, and I was like, you didn't even fight for me, like. And then when he said that, I was like, oh, this is a little different. Like he won't even let me.
The only time I think if I would allow somebody to just go, it's only because if I can just tell that they just really, really don't want this, and then if it's like almost to a point where I can tell that it's just like unhealthy or like where it's hurting you, then I'm just like, I care about what you want, so I can't. I'm not selfish. Like I'm not just gonna be like I need to like go chase you. Like you told me what you said. If you really feel that strongly, then I have to just like suck up my feelings and just go cry about it later, you know, or whatever. But I have to respect like what you want. It's all.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that kind of be hard for me sometimes because I'm like, if you tell me something, like if you want, even with friends that I've lost, if you want me out your life or you leave my life, like I'm not finna go back and be like, but we're friends. Bye. Like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Because you made that decision. Because in my brain, I feel like if we was connected enough, that wouldn't even cross your mind
Yeah.
unless it was hurting you so bad by being
Mm.
here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
that's
like,
how
it's
that's how
hard.
my last real serious one ended. It was a conversation like that where it was like I really cared about this girl, but it was like I was in a very unhealthy mental space because of that relationship.
Yeah.
And so every time I would bring it up and talk to her, it was like a problem, and like she was like I don't know, she ain't like she just didn't want nothing different. And she just wanted to keep moving like in her own her own way, like you know what I mean, and like. And I was like wanting us to like grow together, but she just wanted like to move on her path and me move on my path. And I was like, that's not that's not the
Right. That's
Yeah,
not how it
that's not
works.
how
that's
you
not how
do
it
it.
works. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was like you said, either you're growing together or you're growing apart, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it was like that, and we had that talk, and I was just like, look, if we can't work on these things, and I gotta go. It's like I love you, but I gotta go because like my mental health is way more important, and you know, and we can't even nobody can be in a good relationship if somebody's mental health ain't in the right space, like you know.
Yeah.
so-
Right.
And I meant it, and she's like, you ain't gonna leave, and I
No.
And I did that
Ain't
one.
gonna leave.
grabbed my backpack, walked out.
Not the backpack.
Yes.
I ain't
my
talked to her for
backpack.
months after that, and she was like, and then when I finally did, it was
You
like,
really left.
she was like,
Yes.
I can't believe you really did that, and I was like, I told you,
Yeah.
I was serious, like,
Yeah. You said something, touching back on what you said about changing for yourself. I think if I can touch on that, I think when women say that, we really are trying to say like, sometimes a man will try to do something and show you that he'll do it, and then it only lasts for like a
Sure.
month or
Yeah.
something, and
Sure.
then later on you're like, well, if you didn't really, because our goal is not to change you, but as a couple, like you're gonna find things in each other that we can improve on, and then
Right.
if I'm willing to do those things, it might start off initially because like it makes you feel this way, so I'm gonna do it, and then later on you be like, actually, like you know, life is a little bit more smoother, you know, whatever it be,
Right.
and so it's like, but if you're only just doing it because you feel like this person wants it, and then you don't really want it, then later on you're gonna like
you need
blow-
us to
you're
see
gonna-
the wisdom in
blow up.
why it's
Yeah.
done this way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cause it's like it goes both ways, you know. Like I said, there's things that even in the beginning, like even though we already knew each other and stuff, in the beginning, I mean, of course we were just like both so used to just being who we are, like in that way, like however we are, we already used to like that. Especially at the age we already are, like we already used to being who we are by this point.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So there's like some things that even like me, I was learning just from even I might have probably already known these things, but maybe I suppressed it, or maybe I was like, hell nah. And then like he helped me understand some things, and I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Like,
Do you
like,
look for that
know,
in a partner, like somebody that can like show you like a side of yourself and be like, oh damn, I didn't even realize I was like that.
Yes, I do. Like, I really look for that. I love
Yeah.
somebody who's gonna help me grow. I love somebody who's gonna like call me out, not in a disrespectful way, but like
Sure.
in like a
Just be honest.
a
Yeah,
honest
yeah,
way,
yeah.
like you know. And so, yeah, I love that. Like that's how I know that we're able to grow together.
yeah.
So
Do you feel like you have do you have any like triggers or anything that would probably hinder you from?
She said some red flags,
receiving.
but she ain't say what they were
Yeah,
earlier. She just
like,
said
yeah,
red
red
flags.
Because I feel like she probably don't want to say it because he might watch it.
Oh, he probably need to know.
So I was like, I don't know.
yeah, I'd rather not say. There's some red flags, but I'd rather not say right now.
Maybe not in reference to
To
him,
him,
but like you know what I'm saying, maybe he doesn't. This has nothing to do with him, or like something, he don't even do this. But like, what's
what
like
are some red
something
flags
that's
for
like
you?
So like, maybe just something, a pet peeve is I don't like anyone like capping. You know, the kids say like capping,
Oh.
like
about you, like
like-
on you.
on it, like anybody or like on themselves. Like I don't like.
So do you mean like bragging about something that's not true, or do you mean just like
well,
Okay,
like
You
be
talking about
true.
talking about? You mean capping as in talking about somebody or?
oh,
bragging?
like being
Like
like very
roasting.
braggadocious
Oh,
or
okay.
something
So
like
his.
that. Like you could if you yeah, I just don't like that. Or
Yeah.
just like maybe not like I like people who are able to like learn. Like I don't want no
like
one who
receptive
thinks
to like
yeah.
open to change, open to learning, open to growth.
Yeah, so like I'm saying that, like now I'm saying I'm like, well, he is very open to learning and stuff like that, but like I don't know what else. Like sometimes I feel like it's just like he don't just be capping too much. Like you don't have to know everything. Like if I have a problem or if I'm like, oh, I don't know this. Like he tries to give me like a solution really quickly, but don't give me a solution if you don't know something. Like it's okay to say like I don't know, right. Or like because if I'm gonna be able to like follow you, I need to know that you make wise decisions, you do your research, like you put thought behind helping me instead of just saying, oh, just something like, oh, do this or do that. Like, do you like really know?
That's what they want. They're only saying what they think you want to hear.
Yeah. So like, I'm okay with you not knowing, or like we'll work through this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That could be tough. That could be tough though, because definitely when problems are expressed to me, like my mind is just automatically gonna want to spit out some type of solution, regardless of where my mind is pulling the information from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of times you don't even be knowing where you learned something, or you know what I mean? But
right.
but your mind pulls that information out immediately, and like you end up spitting it out your mouth, and next thing you know, you done told somebody how to make, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, how to do something. It's like you don't even really know how to do it.
Yeah.
But I get it. I be getting it, but I also understand, like, yeah, you can't just like, or I think it's more important, like, to know that, like, sometimes when a woman is coming to you express problems, she's not actually just like looking for a solution.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Like she just
needs
you to listen.
To
like,
vent.
you know what I'm saying? She's a smart woman. She can figure out her own solutions. So she just wants you to listen.
Yeah.
I know even with my friends, we all practice this now. Like in the beginning, we used to just say stuff, and then we didn't know if they wanted us to listen or actually respond. And so we actually ask each other that before, like, hold on, Queen. And I have a friend, we call each other Queen, and we be like, hold on, Queen. You want me to listen? Or you want me to like give you advice? Like, what do you want? Like, what's the purpose? And they're like, oh, I just need you to listen. Like, I know I'm fucked up, but
we know you're wrong.
I know. I don't want. I just wanted you to listen to me. Like, okay, bet. And that way we can know like what to do. Because naturally, if you're talking to these people, y'all care about each other, and y'all gonna want to try to fix like whatever it is. Because I know naturally me, if there's something that I know that I'm good at, and then I hear that be like a problem with somebody, and I'm like, oh my God, I know I can help.
Yeah.
Because this is proven to work. Because most of the time I'm only gonna speak or try to give a solution if I know that it works. Because I really like, I was talking to him about this other day, I like easy fixes. Like, I like challenging things, but I'm saying, like, if it's something that's an easy fix and it can, like, switch on, I be saying that to him, like, it's an easy fix or whatever. Because if I've done it or if I've helped somebody else overcome this, and then what I said, like, worked, I'm like, this is the same scenario.
Yeah.
And so I know if, like,
but you got to be careful with saying things like this is an easy fix, because some things will be an easy fix for you. That same action might not be easy for somebody else.
And I want y'all to know I mean easy by not like easy for that person to do. I'm saying like once you overcome the obstacle of actually doing it, then it's going to be like, I should have been did this. Yeah. That's what I mean by easy, not
like a clear solution.
Yeah,
there's a clear solution.
And most of the time when people say easy fix, it's like it's easy as like tightening a bolt. But then if you don't know how to tighten the bolt, if you don't got the right tools to do it,
you ain't got a hand, and that's
not
your fingers broke.
Like
exactly. Exactly. So when I say easy fix, I don't mean like it's easy for you to do it, but it's like once you even just overcome the fear of doing it or whatever it be.
Yeah, this is a clear solution.
Yeah,
right.
Yes. Yeah. And so like that's the only time that I really speak, because I'm like, man, I know it works. And then if nobody's gonna try it or something, then I start getting kind of like discouraged, because I'll be like, you don't want to try my way, like you don't.
Right.
Because I know that I know I'm stuck in things that I do in my ways, but I like hearing other people's perspective, and then if it does resonate with me, then I will try it, or I don't have a problem with trying something, and then if it don't work, then I just go back to my way. But I don't mind like trying. So I like whenever everybody's just open to trying like each other's thing, because it's like that's a good balance thing too, because I used to be with people that used to try to find things wrong. Like I never would just walk around and say like, oh, this is wrong with you, this is wrong with you.
Right.
I would just let you do your thing, and then if you come to me with a problem, then that's when I'm like, okay, glad you noticed, because I noticed this about you too, but I didn't want to say no, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll try to work through it. But then it's almost like my ex in particular used to try to find things wrong with me. On purpose, like just because he didn't do all his work on himself, instead of just saying, damn, babe, I really had to do a lot of work on myself or whatever. Like, appreciate you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's almost like there's no way that I gotta do all this work and she don't gotta do shit on
Mhm.
herself. So I'm about to find something wrong with you because there's no way. And I'm like, I ain't looking for shit that's wrong with you. You coming to me
Right.
about the shit that's wrong with you, and I'm helping you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I need the help, I'ma ask. But if I can figure it out, like I've self-evaluated myself so much, and I'm like, bro, if I can figure it out, then when I can't, it's when I outsource. Like,
Yeah.
you know how it should be, right? You know, you
Yeah.
should be like
Mhm.
self-checking yourself, and then you outsource whenever you can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
do it, right? You know, and so like just to be like, hell no.
Mhm.
I thought I knew myself, but I don't. But because I don't, you're fucked up too.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I'm sorry.
nah.
What? So I went through a lot of that, and I think that kind of made me resistant sometimes in the beginning
Mm.
to change anything, you know,
Hmm.
because sometimes I might mistake it
For
for
him
like you
picking
trying
at
to
you.
like yeah, or like it's like damn, like I don't think, because I don't think that I'm perfect. I don't think any of
Mhm.
those things, but if I felt some type of way, like I'll say something, but until then I just might not have felt it or seen it or you know whatever.
Mm.
So in the beginning I know I was like pushbacky sometimes when it comes to like how strongly I felt about something, because a trigger for me was like who I was dating before.
Mhm.
And it was like, damn, like you just want to find something wrong with me, or like, you know,
Yeah.
all the time, because like people see how people receive me, and they'll be like, oh, she's cool, she's funny, whatever she is, like people love her, whatever, and they think that I think that. Like, you know, like I feel like people, when they see how you interact with other people, they think that you think that. Like if people like, everybody loves Lakeita, I don't think that.
Got you.
I don't think everybody loves me. I just love people. I just love the feeling, and if I make people happy, then that makes me happy, and I'm just like, whatever I'm doing, keep doing that, you know, because it's making people happy, you know, or whatever it's doing. But I don't go like, everybody loves me, I'm perfect. I think I have like, I don't think that about myself, but other people might perceive
think that you think
that.
about
Yeah.
yourself.
And so I feel like my ex was like that. Like it would see the interactions with me and people and be like, oh my God, it's like my bubbliness, and would say, this is what I love about you. I love how you are. I love how you smile and how you do all these things, and people just love you. And then that'd be the main thing that he didn't like about me. And I'm like,
that's
so I don't know if
weird.
you're like if he was envious of that, you know, type of thing or whatever. So I know in the beginning I definitely was like, if you try to pick out anything, I would think that it was like the same kind of trigger, you know what I'm saying? And then I had to grow and learn, like, that's not what it is. But then there are some things that we as people have to like stand firm, like, no, I'm not changing this because it's who I am. But at the same time, like, I'm willing to shift it if it's going to make me a better person. And if it's going to make my interactions with other people better too, you know? Yeah, the sermon. Good word.
We got deep.
Good word, yeah.
It's a good session.
I know.
It's a great session. Got to know you a little bit, because I didn't really know that too much about you. So
Yeah.
it's a good little. That's why I like this
Little bit.
podcast, because I really like. I'm so terrible at like getting on out and like interacting with people. So like this is a great time for
This
me
is a
just to.
platform. Come to me.
I like
Like,
one-on-ones
get to know
anyway.
you,
Like I like
yeah.
one-on-ones anyway.
Yeah.
Like when you go out, you don't really get one-on-ones with people. So it's like it's good.
Yeah.
To converse with people and just like connect. Period.
We're supposed to, as humans, connect with others.
I know, but it'd be hard when you. I grew up in a small town. Being in Houston can be overwhelming sometimes. Like it's just so many people here.
Oh, wow.
There's just so many people.
There's a lot of people.
There's always
Like,
stuff. Everybody's
wow.
always trying to go somewhere. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
I know
like,
I am.
Yeah.
She's like, I know I
Like-
I
am.
love the big
That's
city,
funny.
but like there's a lot of people, and it'd be hard for
Yeah.
me sometimes. Like just to even just be like, I'd be out and I don't even really see the point in like trying like to interact with people. That's like, cause like how does anybody remember who the hell they just? There's like so many
Look,
people in here.
I don't
like,
be remembering
what
nothing.
the- right.
Yeah, those like I be like, but when I have my tribe, you know, what I'm saying, like the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that you just really do stuff with,
Yeah.
then we could be at a house. I was telling them like I prefer going to like a game night at a house before I prefer like going out, because the whole point of going out is just because those people don't live with you. But that's the whole point. It's not so you really just want to be out, and if you're not gonna be at their house or they're gonna be at your house, then you kind of have to go out in order to see them.
Yeah.
You know, and so for me,
That's
it's be like,
true.
I just want to see these people, no matter if we at your house, my house, like wherever we are. I just want to see you, because I know when we get together, we're gonna be talking like this. You know what I'm saying? Or it's always gonna be a good time because we chose each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you chose your family. You know.
Or did you? Maybe they were destined to be in your life.
I don't know, but I'm loving
I feel
it.
that way.
Yeah, I'm loving it because it feels right. It makes sense. Like I can't, when I look back on my life too without them, like I'm like, what was I doing? Like, not that I wasn't doing nothing, but like
Yeah.
you look back and you're like, dang,
They really mold you.
They really was an influence or really like helped something because it's very instrumental in my life.
Yeah, in Buddhism, they say like the people you make your soul bonds with, like y'all see each other in other lifetimes, like y'all come back and like see each other and like your friends.
Oh, I
and,
love
like,
that.
loved ones and stuff.
That's like my biggest worry. Like, I mean, I don't know why, like, but that's like my biggest worry. Like, is not being with the people I'm with here on Earth. Like, I love them so much.
Yeah. Majority of the women that we get on here are that we end up connecting on that because I'm like, maybe it's a woman thing, like, but it's not, because then I have like guy friends too that are the same way.
Yeah.
Like I have guy friends that are literally like they have girlfriends too, and then like they're the same way though. Like how we are about each other. Like they've already prepped their person that they're with. They're like, if you don't rock with Keita, we can't be together. Like it's on that type of shit. Like where it's like we rock for each other like on that because we've been through so much together. Where it's like this is my family, and I think when people look at your extended friends as your friends, that's when it gets messed up. But if you look at these people like your actual family, like this is my brother, this is my sister, this is my, then like they'll start to see it differently, kind of, because man, real family, they be doing the most. Yes, it's so good.
Yes,
I don't know you that well either, so that's why. That's really cool.
I'm just
you got
here.
me when you were like tea. All you had to do is say, "Give me the tea," and I was like, "Tea? I know tea. I can give you some tea."
Give me the tea.
She was like, "I want to know how y'all got together. Give me the tea." The tea? Did you just say the magic word?
Yes.
Oh, the tea.
That's another episode today. The tea.
Yeah. Soul ties, the tea.
I like the tea.
Healing, healer, the healer.
That's good. Because we all definitely spilled tea.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, man, thank you so much for just sharing some life with us.
Thank
gotta
you
go
guys.
to the grocery store.
Yeah, I gotta go to the grocery store.
Are you like going to the grocery store? Is that like a thing you enjoy doing?
I love going to the grocery store, but I'm doing like this
People don't bother you at grocery
demo.
Demo.
Like in the morning, I'm actually doing like a veggie spaghetti live for this company in the UK. So it's 1 p.m. their time. It'll be 7 a.m. my time. So I don't have time to go like so I have to get everything tonight.
Man, that's a hard
There's only one ingredient I'm missing.
That's cool though.
That's really cool.
That's really, really cool. You say we cool, you cool.
Oh, thanks.
I know. I was like, she's like, y'all are cool. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you literally have a podcast, and you do all these different things that you named in the beginning. And you're like, y'all are cool though.
Ain't it the best when a cool person tells you you're cool? No.
I just love that y'all like are in like music and like be in the studio and like one of the things like I want to be a DJ, not like for real, but just one time in my life. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all, bucket list.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just love people who are like good at like music.
You're gonna have to be better than a 2 out of 10 in your knowledge of music.
I know.
If you don't DJ.
Right, exactly. I'm like, girl, they be like, I don't know this song. Why you have me singing?
No, but I bet you got some. Some gems in there that nobody know about. Everybody's got their own you know what I'm saying, little curation and stuff. It's like,
But even when you say like, I think you're cool because I relate to you on the marketing and photography and stuff because I used to work in that field, doing advertising, marketing, like, so even the way that's important too because that's content creating,
Yeah.
And then when you see like the way your page looks, even the way you do like your reels and like, that's part of what we have to do too in order for people to even want to watch our music videos or to even want to click. It has to look attractive and look appealing. So like we need you too, you know what I'm saying? Like it all goes together. Like it's all creating, it's all the arts. So
right, exactly.
Shit.
absolutely, we all artists.
We're all
for sure.
cool. We're all cool.
All cool.
Oh my gosh,
Creative.
now I want to call it cool like that.
Oh, I'm cool like that.
Shit.
I like the T though.
The T is like a more
They gonna want to
like
click on the T.
Yeah.
They gonna want to click on the T.
The T.
But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate everybody that be tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. You hit the bell, you'll get the notifications,
Yes, do that,
And,
please. That works. That
yeah,
helps.
check y'all next time. We got a new season coming. We about to drop. We guess we can go
Yeah,
ahead
this
and
is
say,
the finale, right?
I think this is gonna
This
be
is the
the
season finale. So thank you for coming on the.
I'm so happy about that. Hey.
Appreciate everybody's been rocking with us, and just
Yeah.
it's been slow growth, but it's been happening no
That's
matter what.
awesome.
I've been loving doing this. I feel like I'm gonna continue to do it no
Yeah.
matter what. So,
It feels good.
The vibes are good.
It feels good.
Y'all
Oh,
are
thank you.
good. Y'all are good for the soul.
oh,
Y'all are.
snap.
It is. Y'all are
She's
for
out
real.
plugging soul feelings.
Y'all are good for the soul.
Next year when y'all come off hiatus, you holler at your girl.
Okay, I got
'Cause
you.
I'm gonna have a whole set for y'all now. I'm a DJ, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna do it all.
yeah.
We gotta be on there. We both gotta be on there. Oh my God, a podcast meets a podcast. Like that'd
Yes.
be kind of cool. That'd
For
be really
real,
cool.
yeah.
I would love to.
And we could like do whatever y'all need.
That's one of the things I love about podcasts is like meeting other podcasters. Like, I don't know, it's like a bond that you can't like y'all gotta meet my girls, but like it's just like you are like
Yeah.
y'all are
Yeah.
connected now because
It's
y'all
definitely
like
a tribe in itself.
yeah, it is.
And I would have never even knew about this type of tribe until like I saw y'all's pod and I've been on a couple of other people's pods, but then like just doing this one, I was like, I kept telling them, I was like, I can't believe you have a podcast. Like I'm a part of a podcast. Like,
Yes.
and that's all we like. I like to talk shit, and I'm like, I like to listen to people. It's like the best. And with the new season, with this season that this was the first season that we had other people on. 'Cause we used to have 2 other co-hosts, and then now it ended up just being just us now. And then we like
Awesome.
revamped, new setup, like all kind of shit, like new setup, everything. So like this feels good because we get to just talk to different people, and it's one of my favorite things. So I'm like, it's good with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
We ain't gonna hold y'all.
We ain't gonna,
in the
black
words of
folks
Saya,
always talk about, I ain't gonna hold
I ain't gonna hold
you.
y'all. I said that to one of my friends. They was like, "What if I want to be held?" I was like,
Ooh.
I don't know. Is this deeper than this? You okay?"
But I'm Koala Cool once again.
Yeah.
Lakeita Valon, Lakeita Benita,
Yeah.
Tiffany Malone on the show.
Yes. Where's our noises? Where's
Now you
the?
got it. We out of here. Peace.
Thank you
Yes.
guys. That was so much fun.
All we need now, we're gonna get you out of here with so